Alright guys, what's up? My name is Junior Senpai. Welcome to some Dragon Ball FighterZ. Welcome to training mode, to boot, and we're going to be talking about Super Dash. This is a bit different from the typical video I make, just doing ranked matches. So with that being said, I'm sure there is waves of new players that have come to the Dragon Ball FighterZ scene because they watched EVO, or maybe they got into it because of their friend, or maybe, you know, a new character drop that you're pretty excited for. So this video is for you. Maybe your opponents are spamming Super Dash, you just don't know how to deal with it, you're getting hit by it, you're getting hit by the combos, you can't deal with the pressure. That's what I'm here for. So Super Dash is a very powerful gap closing mechanic that sends you to your opponent's tracked position, and you can, if it hits, you get a little combo out of it, and your life is golden. If you're doing it and it's working, good for you. But with that strong mechanic, there is a punish. It is down and heavy. Depending on the platform, you can look up what your heavy input is, and that's your simple version of your punish. So just like so, bada bing, bada boom, punished. So obviously, as you saw, I did more than just the down heavy. I down heavy, I super dash, I mash square, I got a little combo out of it, and sliding knockdown to boot. So that's the pretty simple version of how to punish. Let's talk about setting up Super Dash, or baiting Super Dash, if you will. So baiting a Super Dash, a good example of character I'd like to use is Piccolo. I have this little special ability. It is my Ki Blast Ball thing. It's a slow-moving ball of ki that tracks my opponent's location, and it can be Super Dashed through, which you know, sends to a lot of people that I should Super Dash through this, and they don't really think above and beyond that. It's a little bit of a bait. I send it out, they Super Dash, I punish it with down heavy, get a little combo. For different characters, you'll have different options, probably. For Super Saiyan Goku, a lot of people just use Ki Blasts, and I'm sure your character probably has an option of their own. So now let's talk about your options after you Super Dash and it's blocked. So if your opponent is blocking your Super Dash, it's just not working. We're going to talk about what kind of options you have after the fact. You could just Super Dash, it got blocked, and you just stand there, and you're aloof, you don't know what to do now. You get hit, probably. So one of the options you have is to dash back. It's a good way to stay safe. If you do it too much, you know, your opponent will see it coming, they'll figure out a way to punish it, so on and so forth. And then a good one to do if your opponent does not mash is to just dash over their head by dashing forward. You can get a little mix-up and then continue on the block pressure and just keep this going all day. That's a pretty potent one. I need to do it more myself, but that's a good little option for you. You can also vanish and try to get a little something. You're plus after vanish, I believe. So you're more than good to just keep on striking away, continuing on the pressure. But obviously this spends bar, and vanish can be down heavied as well if it's a little bit too predictable. So use it sparingly. You don't want to spend some bar just to get punished. Now let's talk about, you know, when to punish Super Dash, or maybe what to look for exactly. So personally, I have a bad habit, and I guess the simple term is to put it is bad habit. I have a bad habit of when I'm close to my opponent and I'm in the corner or something, I'll jump up twice and then I'll Super Dash. Obviously, you do that a lot, you get down heavy, you get punished, the works. It's not a good look. It's really just a case of you as a player taking a mental note of when your opponent Super Dashes, and you can probably safely expect them to do it a multitude of times. If you have different scenarios, you know, take a mental note of those as well. A good player will constantly mix up their Super Dash, or, you know, find ways to keep it safe. What you could do is Super Dash, call an assist, and apply some pressure after the fact. Or with Goku, you could call in that assist, Super Dash, and you have a beam to protect you. You know, different characters have different options, etc. A fun one that I would like to start doing is Super Dash, assist, and then cross up, and then keep on applying the pressure. You guys just have a lot of options with the cast that we have now. Alright, let's talk about milking the punish a little bit more. You know, you're really trying to squeeze out every bit of damage that you got in any way you can. Obviously, this differs depending on the person that you're playing. But for Goku, he has a little skill that he can do. He can jump cancel a down heavy. If you guys don't know what jump cancels are, there is a video for that. I'm sure out there somewhere. There's absolutely one that will kind of help you on your way. But for Goku, Super Saiyan, you can jump cancel it down heavy in the air, and you can just continue your combo just for a little bit more. So by mashing square, you know, I get that 25-30 damage right there, so 2,530. But if I do another down heavy in the air, jump cancel it, I can just squeeze out a little bit more damage. I get 3220 instead. Obviously, I got that sliding knockdown there. That's that spicy sliding knockdown that everyone likes. You can get some Oki setups after that, so on and so forth. So that's one example of you know, getting, like, squeezing in that little bit more damage. Obviously, if you have supers in the air like Goku does, or you know, a myriad of other characters on the cast. You also have your inputs abilities that you can use it as well at your own disposal. If you feel like spending the cash, you can vanish, get a wall bounce, and then Dragon Rush and get a little follow-up like that. Not bad damage as well. Obviously, you're spending the cash of the bar, but that's another way to do it for sure. So you guys have all kinds of options for every character. There is, you know, a couple different routes you could go. It's up to you to look them up and find them. I'm sorry I can't tell you that for every character. But, you know, a strong option early on in the ranks is just to super dash, all the assists to keep you safe, and then just apply that beautiful pressure that everyone's looking to have. And you know, just figuring out what they do after you super dash, figuring out when they super dash, so on and so forth, how to bait the super dash. There's just, you know, so many things you could do. One tip I would recommend if you're super dashing a little bit too much, going into training mode, really practicing your movement options other than super dash. Really just getting a feel for all the options that you have at your disposal. You guys have basic forward dashing, back dashing. You know, you can walk forward or backwards. You guys have jump up, dash forward, jump up, dash back. You guys have instant air dashes at your disposal. Use those options. Really take advantage of them. They're there for a reason. But that's pretty much all I had to say. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys want to see more, check out the rest of the channel. If I left anything out, hopefully I or someone in the comments can answer that for you. And have a nice day. I will see you guys later. Peace.